Recording has now started. Oh yeah, the lady from Zoom.
No one's coming to save us.
We're just you and me.
Just you and me. Welcome back to another episode of Diabetics Doing Things. We are here in person. We promised you we would, and here we are.
I think it's like a once a month thing.
It is.
I like it.
It's nice. It's a good rhythm. It's a good cadence. And this is now the fourth time that we've met in person. Maybe?
Yeah. I feel like me and Rob are only friends in the metaverse, but now we're friends in real life.
Yeah. We were digital friends. After we leave this episode, we just digitize and float.
There you go.
To our respective places. Okay. Well, we have a very special episode for you guys today. And I'm not going to cross my legs because on the last video edit, I didn't like the way that I looked.
Oh, okay. We're learning.
Remember. Yeah. Always learning, always improving. So today's a very special day. It's February 22nd.
Yes. Well, it's 21st.
21st.
Yeah.
Whoops.
Get it right.
I'm on vacation. It's February 21st, which means that it's 20 years since you were diagnosed with type 1 diabetes. How do you feel?
I kind of feel old, but at the same time, I'm really happy. I'm excited. I want to see what the third decade will be like. I also just feel grateful and lucky to be here. It really reminds me just of some people who aren't here anymore. I recently lost a friend who I went to camp with for a long time. So I've known her for 20 years because I met her in 2002. Her name was Jenny Brown. A lot of people who listen to this podcast probably knew her also. She went to Sweeney with a lot of us. She went to Sweeney with Elliot. And she lost her life recently as a complication to diabetes. Her blood sugar went low and she was on machines for a while. They took her off the machines. We thought she might make it. She unfortunately didn't. She passed away. So it just kind of makes me, I'm definitely like taking a step back today and trying to feel grateful and happy to be here while still just being like, not everybody gets to make it. And I think that just adds to my gratitude.
Yeah, I mean, you're doing the right stuff. I wish I could tell you that it makes it go away or makes it easier, but you're doing the right things. And that's a really hard thing, I think, about life in general. One of the things I've been having a hard time with myself recently is just the amount of really heavy stuff that we deal with diabetes, and sometimes just viewing other people going through can be really triggering and really difficult. And so for me, I've kind of tried to really be mindful of how much I'm consuming. But that same thing, it reminds me, rest in peace to Jenny Brown. First of all, just to hear somebody who lives with diabetes, somebody here in Dallas-Fort Worth, somebody with ties to some place that we all know, Camp Sweeney, and it's so many people have been connected through, is a true loss. Even though I did not know her, it's just a terrible loss, and I'm sorry for your loss of your friend.
Thank you. I think a lot of us, when we talked about it, we just remember she was a very larger than life person, and at the end of the day, we are here and then we're not, right? And we talked about this a little bit in our last little clip, that what a joke it is.
Hey, what a happy accident,
So,
that to kind of finish my thought about, seeing some of the difficult conversations online and feeling like it's just constantly, bombarding with that. Diabetes or not, we are all marching towards the same end.
Yeah.
It's been so top of mind for me this year that I just don't want to spend, it's kind of like the woman who played Samantha on Sex and the City. She's like, I don't want to spend 1 minute doing something I don't want to do. And I don't want to spend 1 minute having ill will or ill feelings or not saying what I mean to the people around me, because as we know, you're not guaranteed to wake up tomorrow. And reflecting on 20 years of diabetes, arriving at that point is kind of every day is day one. You just get a chance to restart and live all over again. Do you, if you were going to go back and tell your younger self, what would you tell your younger self at 8 years old diagnosed with diabetes?
Oh my God, first of all, I didn't think I get to be this old. It's so crazy. When you're diagnosed as a kid, I think that you don't really get the full, you understand some of it, but you're like 28, 30, what does that look like? And I never was able to picture it in my mind. So I think I'd be excited to tell little me, you're gonna get this far. So maybe things would have turned out a little bit differently. Maybe things would have been a little bit easier, but I don't know. It sounds so corny. It sounds so corny to be like, what is it? Everything I'm not made me everything I am. Not to quote Kanye right now. Uncle Dams.
Yeah, it is corny, but I think, you're right. And for many people who were 20 years and prior, I feel very lucky. 17 years for me, but I still had a very positive outlook at that point. But I think 20 years and prior, you sort of had this maybe you'll be lucky to live to 35 or 25. And I see people's conversations all the time about. Recently, I saw someone celebrating their 75th Diaversary.
Yeah.
And the doctor said that they wouldn't make it till 30. And so it's like, wow, like this person is 85 years old and they've lived this full life. They have grandkids.
Thriving.
And that's so good. That's so awesome that that's possible. So props to you. You made it.
Yeah. I've had some great role models along the way. I feel like some of you guys talk about Cody, what is his name? Kenny Rodenheiser? That you guys are always saying is such a great role model for y'all. But I have like people like Charisse, who's also had it for like, I think 30 years. And Felissa. Like there's a lot of people who messaged me today who were like, girl,
Kendall,
welcome.
Librarian, Sarah Johnson.
Yeah.
25 plus.
So many people, so I don't feel alone. It's a good club to be a part of, and also we all have shit. Like everybody, if you don't have diabetes, you got something going on, like something stressing you out. So yeah, every single person, whether you listen to this with diabetes or not, like we're lucky to be here, and I hope we get to be here some more time.
Thank you for that. We are lucky. We are lucky to be here, and I'm excited to be here. I've been going through it a little bit.
Yeah.
I've been burnt out doing a lot of stuff and, kind of building the plane mid-flight. And I'm in the midst of what I had set for myself as like a 90-day in my professional life and personal life as well. Obviously, are very closely intertwined. And Diabetics Doing Things, we're making major moves and investments and hiring and design and conversations, and I am on one hand like so encouraged by the response and the stuff that we're going to bring you is like so new and so exciting. And on the other hand, I'm like, damn, like I have major imposter syndrome, major self-sabotage, major just in my own head, and like a lot of that is just from being tired and from diabetes burnout. I almost chucked my pump through a window the other day just because it was like waking me up at 3 a.m. wanting something.
Shut up.
I was just like, leave me alone, bro. Like I'm having a hard time. And that, I don't know, that was just where my head is at. I was a little bit snippier with the people close to me over the last couple of weeks just because that's part of it too. But as I kind of come through that, it's like up and down. I got a poet's heart, and so I got high highs and low lows. Diabetes adds to that. And I know, you've only worked with me for a short time, even in the last 2 years, but like, I don't know, I'm coming out of it. I'm feeling better, 30 more days on the 90-day sprint. And I think we're going to be in a very different position. And that's exciting to me.
Is there anything that you think is like adding or taking away to that burnout?
Oh, adding or taking away? Yeah, I think for me, my life and my career is very in service of others. And we talked about this a little bit before. I'm a big time people pleaser. And sometimes people will just email me. I don't know them from Adam. They don't know me. We don't have any kind of business deal. And I'll immediately take on the responsibility that they put on me, whatever that is. And I'm trying to be better about my boundaries, and I'm learning a little bit about that. But as you learn new skills and become a beginner, you fumble and you kind of make mistakes. And so I'm getting used to that beginner's mind as well and welcoming that. And hopefully getting to a point in my life where I'll be more balanced and have room for more of the things that are good for me. And I think the biggest thing for me is I have this list, and I got it from Armchair Experts. I got the idea from Dax Shepard.
Okay. Oh God.
Yeah, it sounds like it would be an eye rolly thing, but I promise it's really good.
Okay.
So I have this list where if I'm feeling really down or depressed, it's a checklist, and it's a list of questions. And the first one is just, are you tired? Are you dehydrated? Have you been outside today? Have you exercised? Did you drink water? And that's sort of my like emergency parachute if I'm really, really going through it. And I kind of flipped that on its head last week. I was like, maybe I shouldn't use that as a parachute. Maybe I should just do that every day. Just like really make sure that I'm hitting these things every day and build that foundation for myself. And I think that is going to be what I'm working on lately, is to do those things and keep more balanced. And while the ups and downs are fine and they're part of life, I would like to be into more of a steady rate.
Proactive instead of the reactive.
Instead of reactive. That's just me growing up.
No, it's not a bad plan. It's a good one. Send me the list, please.
Yeah, I will. And I'll share that with you guys as well externally. And so, all that to say, there's good stuff coming. There's exciting things and developments happening. And
are you going to tell them?
No, I'm not going to tell them.
Ooh.
You guys are going to get, I'm telling you, I'm just going to keep being vague about it. But we've got really exciting stuff on Diabetics Doing Things on a weekly basis that you have been working on. People, we've been noticing all the questions coming in, all the engagement. We just really appreciate all of you guys for staying with us, staying locked. There's more stuff happening on YouTube. There's a lot of stuff behind the scenes that you guys aren't going to hear about for a while because it's not marketing. It's not public. It's real grassroots work that we're doing here for people with diabetes. And, I think for us, I love social media. I love being the speaker. I love being the podcast host and talking to the amazing people. But the people who need our help the most are not listening to diabetes podcasts.
Nope, not necessarily.
Not involved in Instagram or Twitter or YouTube, and we've got to bridge that gap and find those people. So proud of the work that we're doing there. And I think that I will sleep better at night. I will wake up with a bigger passion in my heart if I know that at the core, we're really helping people who have not been helped.
Okay, so then I'll tell you a surprise that we hadn't been planning to record.
Okay.
So for all of our listeners and to Rob, if you donated or helped with my fundraiser last year for Lebanon, which we publicized on Diabetics Doing Things and on Instagram, we were able to raise $2,400 and at this point have bought around $1,300 worth of insulin, and people in Lebanon have now officially received it as of last week. So when we talk about doing like grassroots stuff, that's typically the stuff that we're working on in the background that we don't ever get to talk about. And it's not to toot our own horn, but it's just like you guys helped do that and you helped to do that. So I just wanted to tell you.
That's amazing. And yeah, thank you for sharing that. And I think, again, we're kind of operating in this new area and across, we've got some sponsors, we've got the podcast, we got YouTube, we got Instagram, we're doing a lot of social media stuff. And I wouldn't necessarily call a lot of that advocacy. Right. Because it really is just top level awareness, which is important, but it's not advocacy. And I think when you're helping people and you're directly giving them insulin or supplies, that is advocacy. As same with advocating on behalf of people, whether it's with government or in workplaces. I think that's real advocacy. And so we love the good vibes, we love the cool stuff, but it's really important that we focus on the people who need the help the most. And $2,400. You guys are doing that, and I think also we are adding a new layer. And I've been teasing all this stuff, and I'm terrible at hyping it, but. Also, we are diabetes creators, you and I, and that is, I think that is a new thing over the past few years of people who with diabetes who make art, who make content, who do photography, who are podcasters, who are creators, who have their own businesses and products or whatever the case may be, and we want to support them as well. So that has been a big focus with our newest venture, is to put money in the hands of people who are creating things who live with diabetes, because that is like kind of always our clarifying point, is like whatever we do, whatever things we do, we do for people with diabetes.
So it's Diabetics Doing Things.
Man, the name, it stuck around. Who knew?
I love it.
So part of those new things that we're doing, I'm not crossing my legs.
You're not going to do it.
I will not do it.
I refuse.
Part of those new things we're doing is the mailbag. So you have been asking on Instagram, and we'll continue to ask every Monday on our Instagram about question box that we're posting responses from people.
It's a social Monday. So basically what we want to do is get to know our followers. A lot of you guys engage with so much of our content, and I feel like we want to learn from you mostly. Like, we want to put things out that you're really going to enjoy. And something I try to ask myself when we ask these questions is, how are we adding value, right? So we've been posting some random questions, and you guys have been engaging and giving us some really great, hilarious, and sometimes insightful answers. And we kind of want to share them on the pod because why not?
And make you more of a part of it. So what we've got here is the mailbag. So this week we've got 3 of the question boxes, and we're gonna tag or like let you guys know and shout you guys out. So you posted a question box a couple weeks ago about favorite diabetes hacks. So here are the top 3 that we picked and who they came from. So Flora Fell says that she treats her low blood sugars with baby food. So the baby food was her hack. I have never done that. Have you?
No, I really want you to do it though. Do it for a YouTube or something. You love doing stuff for the YouTube. Just do it. I just want to know if it actually is effective, and not disgusting.
Yeah, but we gotta because applesauce is technically baby food too. So we gotta go some nasty
sweet potato. You can't do a mashed banana. But yeah, we should film something. Okay. And I think that would be a good experiment.
That'll come soon. So that'll be a YouTube video. Eritrea is gonna give me some baby food to taste test. So
thanks, Flora Fell.
Thanks, Flora Fell. Okay, the next one is this one I thought was really, really interesting, and this is from Olivia Matthew, and she uses grenadine to treat low blood sugars, and I thought it was because it's so syrupy and sweet, high carbs.
Yeah.
So just a little spoonful of sugar makes the medicine go up in this case.
Grenadine is the cherry juice, right? The red maraschino,
Yeah, the red sugary mixture that you put in.
Do you like grenadine? Is just in general?
My mom makes a great cocktail with grenadine in it.
Nice Shirley Temple or something.
Yeah, kind of like that. I don't know what the recipe is. Sorry, Mom. But she during the holidays makes a really nice cocktail.
It sounds like a good one if you need to just have something quick and you're low, shoot the grenadine down.
Mom, comment on this post what the cocktail is. Thank you. Okay, then Fred_T1D had a really interesting hack, and this one is different than the other two because it's not a low blood sugar treatment, but Fred doesn't peel off the needle covering on his pen caps. So for those of you who use multiple daily injections and use pens, he just sticks the pen right in there and it hooks on. No harm, no foul.
Wow.
So limits the extra steps that you have to take, and also you don't have to have all those little tabs laying around.
Yeah, the plastic and everything. Interesting. Good for Fred.
Truly a hack. I really like it.
I don't think I would have thought of that one. Thank you, Fred.
Yeah, nice work, Fred. Okay, so the next one was what diabetes tech are you currently using? And we had a lot of really good responses. A lot of people on pumps, a lot of people on CGMs, the whole brands, all the brands were represented, all the device companies. But Sadie Lou Photos posted that she's starting her first pump. So we want to give a shout out to you, Sadie Lou, for your pump journey. I hope it goes well. And if you want to post or tag us in some questions that you may have, we can share that as well to help some of our awesome listeners and followers and readers give you some pump tips. So thank you so much for submitting that question, and best of luck on your new pump journey.
Congratulations, girl.
Okay, and then today's I guess February 21st.
You keep forgetting. I feel like he's doing it on purpose, but whatever.
It's 221. No, I'm all in. 221. I love that. But you 22. Posted what's something positive that diabetes has brought to your life. So our guy Cameron, young, gifted, and black.
I love this one.
This one is like the most Gemini, and I don't know if Cameron is a Gemini or not, but getting out of stuff. Like diabetes gets him out of places that he doesn't want to be. It's a great excuse. Have you ever used diabetes as an excuse to get out of something?
150%.
Do you remember any specific examples?
Okay, yes. So, but it was like kind of legit, but kind of not. So I had a nail appointment, and I'm so sorry, Patty. I know you watch the podcast. I know you watch and listen to this. I'm so sorry, Patty. Anyway, so I felt like I had a low, and I guess, you know how like sometimes you're sleepy afterwards?
Not all lows are created equal.
Whatever. So I took a nap, and I overslept, and the nail salon called me like 4 times, and they thought like I was dead because they know I have diabetes, and they're my friends. Right. And so when I answered, I'm so sorry, Patty. I was like, yeah, it's because my blood sugar is so low. That's why I didn't answer. But it's a lie. I was asleep.
Hey, I think we've all been there. I can't think of like an excuse, but one time that I did legitimately pull myself out of a meeting, I was actually talking to my client about that a couple weeks ago, because this was about 3 years ago, and I had a occluded site that didn't give me an insulin like through the night. Oh no. But my blood sugar hadn't risen yet because I hadn't eaten anything. So I was basically in what we know now as euglycemic DKA, which is when your blood sugar is not high, but you are still in diabetic ketoacidosis.
Wow, I didn't know that was a thing. Okay.
Wild stuff. So anyway, I then eat and I start going out with my day, and I'm like 350, triple arrows up in the meeting. I'm like, guys, I gotta go. I gotta get out of here. Turned out that I wasn't getting any insulin, didn't get any insulin all morning, and it was just a really, really tough day. Almost had to go to the hospital, but was fortunate to make it out.
Wow. Okay. See, but I feel like Cameron's was more like fake diabetes. Yeah. So have you ever faked diabetes carded?
I've never really faked it to the point where like I was legit lying or capping.
I guess I used to do when I was a kid, like in high school and middle school, like after the tax test. I think I've told you the story.
Yeah.
As soon as I finished the tax test, I'd be like, I gotta go to the nurse, and I'd call my boss and be like, come get me, bro. I'm done with this. Get me out of here with these peasants. Unaccredited test. These peasants who take 8 hours. I'm done in 3. And I'm just kidding. But
I'm a rule follower, so I've never used it. I'm just the worst.
I hope you guys can see how hard I roll my eyes. Like, it's just okay, rule follower, man.
The worst.
But thanks, Cameron.
So thanks, Cameron. Shout out to Cameron for being a friend of the pod. Then we had a really, really, really good one from MC Regret, who I want to see. Whatever you are, MC Regret, I want to know.
Her name is Margaret, and she's a young lady. We followed you back. Thank you so much. You are hilarious.
Yeah, great handle, elite handle. And you said that diabetes basically taught you how to do math, and honestly, I relate.
Same.
I mean, it's just not. It's not quite calculus. It's not quite geometry. It's not quite addition, subtraction, but it is difficult and challenging. And man, counted every carb since 2005 over here.
The fact that ratio is like a word the kids are using now to be cool, I'm like, girl, I invented that. Like,
is there a sliding scale of tweets getting bombed?
I mean, it's coming. I'm telling you, they're stealing our lingo.
Wow. The normies are encroaching on our lingo. Okay, well, that was our first episode of the Mailbag. Every Monday, we've got our social media Mondays. And so you tune in on Instagram, ask those questions. We've been working really hard to ask better questions for you guys. So looking forward to hearing those responses, and hopefully you'll get yours shouted out here on the podcast. Okay, we've got some great episodes coming up very soon, so stay tuned to Diabetics Doing Things. I'm Rob Howe.
I'm Eritrea.
And this has been Diabetics Doing Things in Person. See you guys next time.